Welcome to this new video, where we're going to talk about the latest news on Forza Horizon 6. The developers just shared many new details in an interview on IGN's YouTube channel. There's a lot of really cool information about the new game modes, and also about the new aftermarket car system, and also quite a few new gameplay images that I'll show you throughout this video. These images, I think, are much more interesting and much cooler to look at than the gameplay. Last week in Tokyo, the open world looked empty and the driver was slow, but this is different. Honestly, I think this is much more appealing. We'll discuss it all, but first, we're going to start with quite a bit of new information about the time attack mode, which will be a new game mode that didn't exist before in the previous games. Forza Horizon, which will be accessible directly from the open world. That means you won't need to go through a loading screen or matchmaking session to start this game mode. It'll be a bit like the speed zones for those who are already familiar with this concept in Forza Horizon 5. Except this won't be limited to just a stretch of road, but rather to a loop, to a circuit. This means you'll really be able to chain together lap times in this mode without having to go back to the start of the course. And instead of recording the average speed, like it was with the speed zones, here we'll be recording the lap time. So the cool thing about this is that you can do it solo, or with your friends, or even with players you've met randomly. The goal of this mode is pretty simple. It's just to get the best lap time possible. It's not more complicated than that. So you'll be able to do laps back-to-back to try to climb as high as possible in the rankings. Every time you finish a lap, you'll earn money and XP. This mode will be available in several places on the map, where there will actually be kinds of official tracks, like a racetrack with official race decorations and stands, a grandstand, a crowd, a bit like the Forza Horizon Festival circuit in Forza Horizon 5. The developers, in this interview, confirmed that there will be several tracks like that on the map. Some will be focused on an asphalt layout, meaning tarmac, while others will be more rally-oriented or even cross-country. Really in the mud? So you can take part in these events with the goal of setting the best time possible. Times will be ranked by car category, meaning if you participate with a Category D car, obviously, you won't be ranked on the same leaderboard as someone who participated in Category R, for example. And what's pretty cool is that there will be screens on the side of the track that will directly display the leaderboard for the category you're currently running in. If you arrive with a Category A car, that category's leaderboard will appear on the screen. So the top 3 players will be displayed with their times in Category A, along with their username and also the car they used shown right next to it. So that's pretty nice. Another little detail, also pretty cool, it's also confirmed that there will be tracks like this one on Legend Island. Legend Island is an island that will be a bit separate from the main map, and it will be connected by a bridge. Basically, it's like a peninsula in the end, which you can only access once you finish the main chapters of the Forza Horizon 5 story, once you've really reached the final ranks. For those who are already familiar with Forza Horizon, to sum up, this time attack mode is a fusion between the speed zone mode from Forza Horizon 5 and the rivals modes. I still think there will be some rival features, because, as you know, it will only be available in specific locations and tracks. Usually, the Rivals mode requires a loading screen and feels like a separate mode. It also includes every track in the game, unlike Time Attack. In this interview segment, the developers discussed the profile system, so I'll briefly revisit that. Also, even if it's information we already knew, there are a few extra little details here. The developers have indeed confirmed that the progression in Forza Horizon 6 will be done chapter by chapter and car category by car category. That means that at the beginning of the game, we won't be able to use the most powerful cars in races, which seems pretty logical. We start with low or medium performance cars before gradually moving up. On the other hand, they did confirm that everything that isn't a race, meaning everything else, multiplayer and single-player game modes, whether it's modes, free roaming, multiplayer, anything else you want besides the basic solo mode races, you'll be able to take part with the car of your choice right from the start of the game, which means nothing will stop you from exploring the map with the insane car, like a Bugatti. After unlocking it, either by buying it at the dealership or another way, you can use it in the game to enjoy yourself. There are also a few new details about the drag mode, since there will obviously be basic drag races, but also the drag meet mode, where the concept will be a bit like traditional drag races, except that you can also do them from the open world. No loading times, no matchmaking times. You just have to show up in the right area to start it. There will be traffic lights that are synchronized for all players, and once it turns green, well, you're supposed to floor it. To try to come in first, there will be 3 drag meet tracks in the open world of Forza Horizon 6. To optimize your starts, you can now use launch control, previously added to some cars in Forza Horizon 5. It will now be available for models that have it in real life, I suppose. Just like in Time Attack mode, every time you finish a race attempt in this drag meet mode, you'll earn money and XP. This will allow you to progress in your campaign. Like Time Attack, there will be a similar ranking system, ranking players by the car category they used. And there will also be screens at the entrance of these drag zones, displaying the top 3 times along with their usernames and the cars they used. Something to know about this Time Attack and about the drag meet mode is that the rankings I've been talking about will be reset every week, unlike the rankings for drift events, for example, or speed zones, or even speed traps. While those will normally be permanent rankings, the ones for Time Attack and drag meet will be reset every week. So you'll also have your chance to try to climb the rankings. And by the way, just to confirm, that's unrelated. But the developers told me at that time that the season system in Forza Horizon 6 is definitely coming back. Well, by season, I mean update. A season in the game lasts 4 weeks, and each week the season changes. In-game will go from spring to summer, autumn, and winter. So in that regard, it seems to be pretty much like Forza Horizon 5. To make starting in drag meet mode easier, you'll just have to press the controller button that appears when you're near a drag meet area. So it aligns automatically with the starting lines, eliminating any suspicion of cheating. The developers also talked about something else that, until now, had never been mentioned before: the presence of a multiplayer skill tree system in the game. So there are skill trees in Forza Horizon 5 already, but they're specific to each car. The skill tree lets you unlock abilities for the car you're currently driving. Let me make it simple for you. Normally, it's not about unlocking an acceleration boost or a braking boost here. Generally, it's more like abilities such as unlocking 10,000 credits, or when you finish an event with this car, you get 10% more XP. Those are just simple examples. Apparently, there will be more of this skill tree system, a multiplayer skill tree that will grow. When you play in multiplayer, and especially when you do the same activities as other players, if you do drifting in multiplayer, meaning several players are drifting at the same time, you'll unlock more skill points, drift points. If you drive very fast together, you'll get speed points. For drag racing, you'll get burnout points, and if you do jumps, you'll get jump points. The system is designed to work with up to 12 players at the same time. And the goal of the system is to encourage players to play in multiplayer, knowing that it's meant to work, even when you're not playing in a convoy. That means if you run into someone in the open world and you want to do the same activities as them, even without talking to them, even without voice chat or anything, well, if you do the same things as them, the same types of activities, you'll earn points. The big question for now is that we actually don't know what these points will be used for. We don't know if there'll be rewards, maybe new cars, wheel spins, I don't know. We don't know for now if there will be certain cars that can only be unlocked this way. And I hope we'll get more information on the subject in a few weeks, because, well, it's still a pretty important point. The developers also gave more information about the aftermarket car system, which is quite interesting, the aftermarket cars. It's the first time we've had this concept in Forza Horizon. And here actually it's about buying or unlocking cars that are already customized. Here they use the Honda S2000 as an example in the gameplay. It's an aftermarket car, and the concept of aftermarket cars is that these are cars you can unlock and obtain by finding them in the open world, knowing that apparently it won't be the same for everyone, because the developers explained the situation, which was the context of the gameplay, next to the track, where they were presenting the Time Attack mode to showcase this Time Attack mode. They actually found this S2000, which was already pre-customized as an aftermarket car, knowing that they specified the concept is to arrive in an area, see that there's an activity, and not necessarily have the car needed to do it, and that the game actually lets us unlock, or rather buy, a pre-customized car that fits this game mode. The developers explained that this system takes into account your current player level, but also the money you have, as well as the list of cars you have in the dealership, to always offer you a car you can afford that fits the event's criteria. These cars aren't free, you'll need to buy them, but they'll cost less than at the dealership. It's like a temporary discount. When you find this car in the open world, it's a bit like buying used cars, in the end, that have already been modified by another player. So that's quite a bit of good news. I don't think there was anything negative announced here. Drag meets are cool, the time trial mode is cool too, and the aftermarket system is cool as well. The only point I'm a bit skeptical about is the skill point system. But maybe it's just an enhanced XP system. Maybe it's just a slightly strange way of presenting this system. But maybe it's simply that when you play multiplayer and do the same activities as others, you'll get like an XP boost that will let you earn more money or more XP. Let me know what you think in the comments, especially about this system. What do you think it will be? That's it. Of course, don't hesitate to leave a like on this video. It always feels good. You can also subscribe for the next ones. You can come follow me on Twitch, where I regularly do live streams. We'll cover Forza, but while waiting for its release, I'm focusing on other games, so make sure to follow me. If you want to support my channel with Twitch Prime, it's free and feels great. Also, check the instant gaming link. It helps a lot. See you tomorrow for the next video. Take care. Bye.